Yes, I have something with NVIDIA now. That is a nice way to put it. There's a lot of NDA involved, but
Yeah.
yes, I have a thing with NVIDIA now. It's real.
It
It's
started
official.
it started with the Minecraft with ray tracing.
Yeah, out of nowhere, I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is Minecraft with ray tracing,"
And
and then I explained, in one post. I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah, I saw that post and I thought, oh, that's so cool. This is the guy that deserves this kind of build. That's so
thank you."
cool. You recently started a game. I don't know if it has anything with to do with Nvidia or not, but
Mm.
I'm a big fan of that game. I'm a big fan of Control.
Oh, control,
Control
control is awesome.
was my favorite game from last year, and you
Oh,
started
that's
it
awesome.
on
Good
PC.
to know.
How
Yes.
how do you feel about it? How is it? Because you use maybe Ansel instead of the photo mode of that game. I think that photo mode is really limited to the
Yeah, I
options it
am
gives.
using the photo mode, but with
Oh,
Skull. Skull is also another awesome guy.
yeah,
Skull is amazing. He also do camera tools. So I'm using Skull camera tools with the photo mode. But I had shot control when it came out. But
really?
it's
I must have
yeah,
missed it.
it's like 3 posts or 4 posts because it didn't have a photo mode back then.
Yeah, in the
Uh,
beginning it hadn't.
yeah, it was Friends again, the mighty Friends, our savior Friends. He made a photo mode, and I took some shots, but that was it. I spent more time playing. Sometimes that happens, I spend more time playing than shooting. Or other time it's the other way around. And now the Ultimate Edition came out from
Yeah.
Control, and Nvidia gave me a key. Thanks Nvidia again. And this is it. This is finally it. I can see Control at its fullest potential because I didn't have a card back then, and yeah, as part of this thing that I have with them now, they sent me a
Oh,
1080 Ti, their
oh,
biggest GPU. Yes,
nice! Congrats,
yeah,
man. That's awesome.
that's the biggest accomplishment, like
I
ever with
when I have
gaming.
to build when I build my PC, and I hope to build it in about 1 year time, I will ask you for advice, because I
Oh,
know
definitely,
close to nothing about PC gaming
I
and how
can
to
help you.
build a PC. And I love your shots of Control. You have one set that doesn't focus on the main character. It focuses on the
Yes,
ambience, and you really captured what I love about that, because it's creepy, but at the same time it
yes,
shows how beautiful the game is. I love that set.
yes. It has a very unique atmosphere. Now, Control
Yeah,
is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I love Control.
Me
Uh,
too.
so you started back in 2004 taking screenshots, and then you jumped into photo mode on Infamous Second Son. Did
Yes.
you had any experience with traditional photography before that?
Uh, yes. In the game came out in 2014. I started working at a photography studio at 2012,
Huh.
and I still do. I still work for this photographer. I'm doing home office now, but I still do. It's been 8 years that I'm working with photography. I do the editing. I do all the editing in Lightroom and Photoshop, and I also do albums, photo albums. So I do that in InDesign. I do all the layouts, of the albums, get the photos together, all the design. So I work with photography for 8 years. I don't take shots in real life, but I study. I
Oh,
try to, but that's what I do.
that's funny, because from what I'm noticing, the people that I interview, it clearly shows when a person has contact with traditional photography or not in their kinds of shots. Because, for instance, myself, I don't have any experience with traditional photography, so my shots they might be good, but they miss something. They always miss a little thing, and the
Hey, look at me.
composition on someone from someone that has experience in traditional photography, it's always different. And I was sure that you had something to do with photography in your life, because your shots are really well made, really well composed. They don't, they aren't just
Thank you.
flat shots. They tell a story. I really like your style of shots because of that. But
Thank you.
what do you think it influences the most
Uh,
when you are taking a shot? Do you think about the rules of photography that you apply in your work, or you just turn the switch off? I'm shooting a game, it's not real life photography, and it happens.
Lately, I am thinking a lot about real life photography because you want to be better. No, I always want to be better, and because we see some shots, there we're like, there's no way I'm gonna do some shots like that. So I kept going back to real life photography and studying them and seeing the work of the photographers that I edit their shots. And definitely lately is being influenced a lot more because I noticed that the main thing that I did was taking portraits. I always go for the character, just like Hoffman. I like going for the character, close-ups. And I take a look at all my shots and like, oh my God, I do that a lot. I need to work more on other shots, like more like your shots, the wider shots, more horizontal shots. And when I started doing it, I was like, oh my God, I need to be better. I'm not good at that.
Do you
So I
think it has
started working
something,
harder.
sorry, sorry to interrupt, I do this a lot, but do you think that has something to do where you post? Because Instagram until very
Yes.
recently had like, you can only post squares, and now
Yes,
you can
squares.
change that a bit. Not, it's not perfect. Do you think it has something to do with that?
Yes, definitely. Because it was a square, and then I saw that people were doing verticals. I was like, whoa, that looks way better. And then I started doing verticals. And definitely I was shooting thinking of the social media, the Instagram. So
Huh.
that's why maybe if I started doing on Twitter, could take my normal horizontal shots because I took them horizontally,
And
and then I changed because of Instagram.
I just know that that influences me so much. The fact that Twitter posts better if it's horizontal.
Horizontal,
That's
four
one of
shots.
the main yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I take horizontals. It's because I know that when I'm posting the 4 shots, if I post a
Exactly.
single one that is vertical, it will ruin the set.
It breaks.
Yeah,
Yes, I am like that. I need 4 horizontal shots only on Twitter, and and for
that's
Instagram I need vertical.
so cool to know that I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy.
Definitely no. When you
So
post when you post 3 shots, it ruins. That is wrong. Also verticals, they crop
yeah,
on
and they
Twitter. They
always
crop
choose
verticals.
the worst part to focus on.
Exactly. I wish we could choose the cropping because
Like
sometimes they
what?
go like on the bottom. I'm like,
Yeah, like
what they're
I
doing.
there are so many social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram. They all belong to Facebook now, so maybe that's why.
Yeah,
That
there's so many.
lets you choose like the preview. That would
Yes,
be so helpful on Twitter.
on Twitter.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to shoot on the same resolution. I want to shoot horizontal, but not in the same
Yes.
resolution. Maybe a wider oh, I'm missing the word, panorama shot.
Panoramic? Yes.
Yeah, and they don't let me choose where the camera
Oh,
will go. They just, oh,
they do.
this place is empty, that's where I'm going to do
Yeah,
the
that has
preview.
nothing there. Yeah, that is good. I'm doing that.
I can't believe I'm having this validation. So we, before we started recording, we actually talked about your background being so into your
Yes.
style, because you don't have a particular game. I don't think of one
No.
game and I think Andre. I think when I think Andre, I think of a lot of games. So
Yes.
why is that? Why do you choose to not focus on one single game?
I think that is my personality. I always am that guy. I have my loving games. I love the best games of my life, but I never keep playing just one game forever. I am not that guy. I wish I was. I have that one game I'm satisfied I can play him every day forever. I think the closest thing to that is Grand Theft Auto 5. I love playing Grand Theft Auto 5, but I don't play every day. But
Yeah,
I
I
still
love.
play it
I
maybe
wait.
every week.
If it had a photo mode, not just an editing mode, I would love that.
Yes,
I really liked the GTA 5
I love
setting.
GTA 5. It's
Yeah.
so fun. And that's why I pick a game. Generally, it's on launch because I'm super, anxiety. I hype. I need the game day one, maybe even sooner. I've paid for games like way more just to have one day earlier,
Cool
and
story
then I
about
shoot it.
cool story about The Last of Us Part 2. So I really wanted to play that game. I really wanted
Oh
to play
my
that game.
god!
And I ordered it online. It was during the final days of the state of emergency here in Portugal. So
Oh,
the stores were just opening up, and I ordered it online because I didn't want to go to the mall. But
yes.
what happened is, because I ordered online, there was a small chance for the game to arrive uh, not late, but like at the end of the day, like at the end
Oh
of
my god!
Friday. And I took Friday
I know the
off,
feeling.
and I took
Just
Friday
for
off
that.
work just for that. And I was so like, oh, what? Okay, I will go grab one copy on the mall. I went to and grabbed two copies of that game just to play that game
Thank
a
God.
few hours sooner.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I am that person. I'm
Uh,
crazy.
I end up selling my second copy for a good price. I
Yes.
didn't lose that much money, but all all the people that I tell this story think I'm crazy.
Yeah, thank God we have another
Volunteer.
person that thinks.
Yeah.
I
But
have two copies of The Order 1886 because of that.
oh, really?
I have pre-ordered The Order on PSN, and then some guy in here had a physical copy a day, no, 2 days early. The 2 days to me is like forever. I was like, no, I'm buying. I'm buying. I
Yeah.
didn't even ask. I went there and bought it. So I had two.
And
The Order
that game
1886.
is so underrated. I love that game. I
We're brothers. We're brothers, man.
I really wish more games would do a photo mode like that.
That is an insane photo mode.
Yeah,
You can even lock things in and go playing with those things.
yeah, it I
It's
need to replay
amazing.
that game. That photo
That
mode is so cool.
free cam is amazing.
The only thing I don't like about that photo mode is the black bars. They
Ah,
they
yes.
they locked you with the black bars, and that sucks. But it's a really cool photo mode.
I like that game.
So you said it in the beginning. You have consoles. You play on consoles. You clearly are a PS4 fan and a PC
Yes.
fan. What are the main difference between shooting with NVIDIA Ansel, the photo mode, or the tools? What do you feel is the main difference between all of them?
I think the default photo mode it's way easier. I think the main difference is like accessibility. I guess. Uh, on a default photo mode, things are very simple. And on PC, there's a lot of tweaking. PC, it's a completely different world. For people that don't play on PC, it is intimidating, and it is. It is. It can be like frustrating. I get it why people don't play on PC because there's a lot of tweaking, a lot of fine tuning, a lot of configurations. You have to open like the camera tools when the game doesn't have anything. You have to open in a separate window and click on things and tweak sliders
I'm
outside of the
I'm
game.
I'm loving our chat because I'm feeling so validated. I never made the jump because I'm afraid of the tweaking of the oh, if
It is
I do
intimidating.
this the game will break, and if I do
He can
that
break.
the yeah. I'm really afraid. Like I'm the type of guy that it's plug and play. That's it. You put the game on,
Yes,
you're playing the game. You
I
don't have
understand.
and
I
PC
perfectly
gaming
understand.
really intimidates me in
And
that
it
way.
is, and
Yeah.
it is. It is a lot better today, but it still is intimidating. I see that a lot of people like you, like plug and play, will have a hard time. You just come from work and you want to play some game, just press the PS button, you're playing, that's it. You don't have to tweak graphics, the game is not crashing, low frame rates, I don't know. It is something that happens on PC, like with you and some other person in the world. Like there's 3 people in the world with the same problem. And that troubleshooting on PC, it is a little annoying. Some might get some people off. I remember that what's his name is Shinobi something on Twitter. That guy
Yeah,
that
you were talking, and
he
I
quit
remember
PC
that.
gaming.
Yeah, I remember that thread. He made like it was because of
It was play
control.
control,
Yeah, it
control.
was control back then,
It
and
was
he
control.
quit and
He
bought
quit
it on
on
Xbox.
consoles.
Yeah, it was
And
so
I
that
was
whole
mind blown.
yeah, but that whole thread made me feel validated because everyone was like against him because of
Yes,
that.
even me, I was mad, and then I was like, "Oh my god, I get it now."
Yeah, because in your defense, the first post I remember it was really like rage inducing for PC gamers. But in the
Yes,
comments when he explained that he doesn't want to come from work
yes.
and I
So
have to
time
worry
is
about
the essence. Yeah,
yeah, and he made a good point
it is.
after all the rage because but
It is. It is
that's
time
the
consuming.
yeah that's the reason why I'm so afraid because I want to move eventually. I want to move to use tools,
Oh, it's crazy.
and I want to move for PC, and I want to at least there are at least 2 or 3 games that I want to replay on PC and take better
Sekiro.
shots. Sekiro, that's like
I
the
know.
first game. Devil May Cry
I know.
5,
Oh yes.
and now Death Stranding. I think those are
Ah, that's trending. Yes.
those are the 3 games that I want to play because I love my shots of Death Stranding, but I know
They're
that they
beautiful.
can be so much better if I do it on PC.
Yes.
And
It's
then there
with
are
Friends tools again.
yeah, again,
Again,
and
Friends is the guy.
and there are a lot of games that I want to play that don't have a photo mode that have on camera tools like Dark Souls or Nier
Yes.
Automata, but those are like maybe I will, but like Sekiro, Death Stranding, and
You
Devil May
need to do
Cry
it.
are like the 3 that I really want to try the camera tools on.